Okay, this has been really bothering me. Come here, come here. 2 ethers. That's a decent place to start for today. Hello there, friends, and welcome back to more Bravely Default 2. Last time, we traveled through the Wayward Woods, getting, mostly not lost, and arrived here in the outskirts of Rheimdall in this little town of Anderno, where we met up with Truff one last time and reunited him with his buddy Mitch. Sort of bridging the way to end racism here in Excellent, but you know what? One step at a time. Anyways, today we are going to be tackling the sole singular side quest found here in Anderno, which is an interesting one, if I do say so myself. I would suggest this is probably one side quest that you could probably hold off on for a little bit. However, I'm going to be tackling it now just for 2 reasons. 1, to get out of the way, especially since we're on our way to Rheimdall anyways. And 2, what we're going to be getting out of this side quest is something that I really, really want as soon as possible. And I'm in a pretty good position as I am right now to take on what we're going to be taking on. So, I think I'm going to go for it. If I decide not to, then you won't even see this cut of my intro. It'll be something completely different. Either way, what I am going to do is just walk up to this area.
Sure, it's a terrible situation altogether, Mr. Mayor.
How is old Clinton? Our prayers are with him, poor fella.
You're kind indeed, all of you. Worrying about me little brother so. I'm away to find me some loon clover. A sprig or 2 is sure to bring him back from his little journey into Dreamland.
Well then, you'll not object to us tagging along to help, I hope. You've done so much for us over the years, after all.
Thanks, truly. But the place where it grows is always crawling with beasties. I couldn't possibly ask it of you. It's too dangerous.
Oh, come on now, we'll not hear of you.
Is everything okay?
Well now, visitors, is it? Welcome to Anderno, one and all.
Thank you. But are you sure you're all right?
All right, she asks. Huh, sure. If the mayor's wee brother not having woken up for a whole blessed week's your idea of all right, we're grand altogether.
What's the matter with him? Is he sick or something?
His wife died, not so long back. He's been inconsolable ever since. He was dead keen to see her just one last time. Even if it was only in his imagination, he said. So I gave him a bit of dream snoozer.
Oh, I think I've heard of that. It's a medicine that allows one to dream of whatever one wants, isn't it?
That's the one. Glyn went and necked the lot. Bosh, just like that. And now he's been sleeping for 7 days straight. At this rate, I don't know if he'll ever...
But if you find some of this loon clover stuff you mentioned, you might be able to help him?
I reckon so, yeah. We'll need it if we're wanted to make some more dream snoozers, see. If I knock back a dose myself and lay down next to him, I can join him there in Sleepyland. See if we can't figure out what's been afoot.
Eh? You're saying you'll be able to jump into his dreams? I didn't even know that was possible.
Not for everyone, it's not.
That's an asterisk.
So you're familiar with these little yolks, eh?
Yeah, we have a few of our own.
Well, now there's a thing. And you know, I'm reluctant to go using it willy-nilly. 'Tis a gift horse not to be stared in the mouth, or so they say. But I doubt I'll be getting myself any loon clover without it.
Then why don't we get the loon clover for you?
I won't hear of it. The forest's alive with monsters. How could I ask a thing like that of you? Sure, we're only after just having met.
Oh, don't you worry about us. We eat monsters for breakfast.
Well, if you really mean it. Oh, thanks a million. I'll be back at the house getting the other bits and bobs ready. You're saints, the lot of you.
You just had to go and open your mouth, Seth. I kind of wanted to see what this asterisk could do in action. Either way, in dreams. This is terrible altogether. I gave me little brother Glyn a bit of dream snoozer so we could drift off to Sleepyland, but he hasn't woken up for a whole week. Could you help us out? Acquire some loon clover. We get a large experience draw for this. And Hepeko seems to be unblocking our path somehow. Neat. I don't mean to be a bit of a busybody there, Glenn, but it kind of looks to me like your brother's eyes are open. Maybe he just sleeps with his eyes open. Who knows? Or maybe that's a side effect of the Dreams user. Either way, go up to the north here of Injerno to find this Saloon Clover. We arrive here in the Crystal Cap Mountain, a very pretty area. Again, this is another dungeon song that has a bit of a different rendition because of the area that we're in. And the enemies aren't very kind. We can see the red glow on them, meaning that they are a little stronger than we currently are. They're also new enemies. How exciting. Let's go ahead and examine a few of them, and then see if our savagery is strong enough to take them all down. Dealing with Triffids and Plagues, 1500 to 2000 HP, not too bad. I am a little concerned about... Oh, Snowstorm's picking up, slows us down a little bit, makes enemies easier to take us on. We need to be very careful of this Snowstorm, which I think this is actually the only time that gimmick actually shows up in the entire game. I think I'm right about that. Spell Blossom right there, pretty nice. I don't think there's really anything for me to get from this area. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk around here. I'm going to fight a few of these enemies. If I don't see anything new here, I'm just going to go ahead and skip through stuff, and I'll meet you in the overworld. Ooh. Okay, we almost got level 11 on Adele for Red Mage. Almost maxed out Beastmaster and Shieldmaster. Everyone hit level 31, which is good. That fight definitely took it out of me a little bit there. Let's move here. Oh, stupid Aramons. Or whatever this version of them is called. These enemies do quite a bit of damage, and they can steal MP, which is definitely frustrating. Ooh, okay, Aeroga, and almost level 12 Shieldmaster. Heal up. Move on south. Stupid Snowstorm getting in my way here. I was wondering if there's a treasure chest down here, and maybe there is? No, it just looped around. Great. Oh, Snowstorm's packing up again. Yeah, the best thing to do when dealing with the Snowstorm is just to keep an eye out for enemies, as especially if they don't have the glowing red aura of death, it's going to be difficult to actually spot them while in the Snowstorm. So just be very careful. I got double right there. I think this is actually not a bad idea to just run away from. I don't really want to deal with multiple rounds of these high-level enemies at once, even if I do get a lot of bonuses from them. I'm really close to maxing out 2 jobs. It really won't give me that big of a bonus. We walk around here. I want to see if I can find some of this loot, but it doesn't seem like I can. We have these undead horsies to fight here. I haven't seen some of these guys in a long time. Sleipnir. Oh, hello there. Norse mythology. 1700 HP, not too bad to deal with. Elvis learned the Gift of Wisdom. Let's check that out, especially since he capped it. First things first, second specialty of the Shieldmaster's Chivalrous Spirit. Performing Protect Ally, Bodyguard, or Defender of the People restores a little MP and grants the user additional BP. Really, really, really good. Really good. It lets you actually play the game after utilizing Defender of the People, outside of what we were doing already. Then we have Gift of Wisdom. Donates 33% of the user's max MP to a target. If MP is below 33% of max level, all available MP will be donated. Pretty useful at, keeping your teammates supported, especially with the Chivalrous Spirit. You'll be passively restoring that MP anyways, so you can kind of see yourself as a little bit of an MP battery for your team. In terms of what to give Elvis now, I don't know, actually. I was expecting to cap Shieldmaster at the end of this dungeon, so again, I'm actually ahead of schedule, so I have to figure this out now. I think I decided to give him Red Mage, actually. Let's go ahead and give him that, and then let's give him Shieldmaster as a sub-job. He actually is not overweight, which is very impressive. His attributes will not be nearly as good as a Red Mage, but we should be able to work with it. It won't be great, but it should be somewhat serviceable. How is his speed, actually? 83? Is he the fastest member of the team now? He is! That's actually pretty impressive. There's a save point right there. Plus a teleport pad, which is pretty useful. There's the item we're looking for, so let's go ahead and just walk around and grab that. Hello there, item, plus treasure chest. Chest takes priority. 5 ethers, okay. And there we go, some loon clovers. Very pretty item art right there. I appreciate it. Talk to Glenn. Let's go back to him. If I get into a fight, which is gonna happen right now, let's see if we can get some extra EXP on Elvis's Red Mage. There we go, learned arrow, learned heal. Oh, we got something else there. Looks like it was a magic herb. A material. We can't use anything with that though right now, which is unfortunate, but we'll get around to it eventually. Seth learned defensive offense, and Gloria maxed out Beastmaster on our way back. I am now going to move Gloria over to Pictomancer. Finally, we get to move someone over to this job. It's nice. It's been a long time coming. Again, Pictomancer is a debuffer. They start out with Disarming Scarlet, reduces target's physical attack by 10% for 4 turns. Their first specialty is Self-Expression. Using artistry abilities on oneself costs nothing and will cause positive instead of negative effects. It lets them play as a solo debuffer, which is pretty useful. Their special ability is Dark Arts. It decreases all enemies' physical and magic attack and defense for 3 turns. Chance of inflicting the Dob status effect as well. The bonus effect of it is also magic defense plus 20% and restorative power plus 20% for the whole team. Very, very useful, especially since you're going to want to be spamming debuffs constantly. You're going to be getting that quite often. Unfortunately, we are a little overweight here. Sorry, Gloria. So let's give her... We've got 5 Rods of Ice? Wow. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Let's give her one of them, and then I guess a shield? It seems okay. Let's give her the Mithril Shield, I think, since that will give her the biggest defense boost, and she's going to definitely want that. We'll keep White Mage on her as a sub-job for right now, and we'll also go ahead and boost her a little bit with a medium JP orb. Give her access to a Splatter and a Disenchanting Mauve. Splatter attempts to dob a target, which will target's resistance to all elements and weapon types is reduced by 1, which means that if an enemy is neutral to all weapon and element types, they will then become weak to everything. If they are resistant, they will then become neutral to that attack. If they are immune, they will then become resistant, and if they absorb, they will then become immune. Disenchanting Mauve reduces magic attack by 10%. Pretty useful. Alright, let's head back to Inferno. We'll deal with the treasure chests in a little bit. I think taking care of the brother here is a little bit more important.
Glenn, we brought you some loon clover. This is the right stuff, isn't it?
Sure, it is all together. Thanks, you lifesavers, you. I'm coming, Glyn. Just a little longer now.
Are you all right?
Sure, just... He's been asleep all this time, and well... What if it's not a dream he's been having, but one long, horrible nightmare? Still, can't be worrying about all that just now. I need to make a start on mixing up the goods. Voila! One batch of Dream Snoozer fresh from the mortar. Listen, I couldn't ask just one last favor of you, could I?
Certainly. What can we do for you?
You couldn't keep a watch over me and Glyn here while we're sleeping, could you?
You're worried you might not come back either.
Well, there is that, but... It's more that I can't bear the thought of no one being here to keep an eye on him, what with the state he's in and all.
I hope you don't mind me saying this, but aren't you forgetting the other villagers? If you don't come back either, they won't have a mare to look after them.
Ah, sure, they'll be grand altogether. They've no need for stupid old me.
Something tells me they beg to differ, you know.
Oh. Look, why don't you let us go instead? You're the only one who can make this medicine anyhow. If you don't make it back, no one can go after you.
Well, now that's just... but I can't just... Can I?
Seriously, don't worry about it. Whatever's going on in there, we can handle it. We'll bring your brother home. I promise.
Now, I'm going to talk to Glenn here again. It's very, very important that you do this. All set for your wee trip to Dreamland, then. Warning, once you enter Dreamland, you won't be able to return for a while. Do keep note of this. Go and save. God damn it, save. If you end up not being prepared for what is inside that Dreamland, you are stuck in there. Oh hey, Dream Snoozer is an actual item we can see in our inventory. A medicine taken in order to enjoy sweet dreams that feature your loved ones. I actually didn't know that was a thing, that you could actually see Dream Snoozer in your inventory. I'm assuming it's a key item? It is. That's really nice. One big item I would suggest you grab as kind of the main prep piece is the mortar board. This can be bought in Wiswald, if memory serves. I believe I bought 4 of these here in Wiswald. Well, not here in Wiswald, but either way. You can buy 4 of these in Wiswald. The charm immunity is a big, big deal. The defense boosts you get from this isn't really all that noteworthy, but the charm immunity is the big thing to look for here. In terms of anything else, anything that is lightning-based is pretty decent, and if you decide to do this later on, there's a pretty good spear-based job that could be incredibly useful. I don't want to go into too much detail other than that. Either way, the only other major important thing I would suggest you do is make sure to make a separate save file. If you've been saving constantly on only one file, break that habit and save on a different file before you go into the Dreamland in case you need any emergency changes. Grab some extra items, everything. We're not here for too long, but what we're going up against, you're going to want to make sure you're at least prepared a little bit. Either way, I'm going to head in. Let's do this.
So, this is Glenn's dream.
Oh, Anya! My dear, sweet, lovely Anya.
Anya? Suppose that must have been the name of his wife.
Are you all right?
It's my wife. My lovely Anya. She's been kidnapped.
Huh? Kidnapped? By who?
I'm not altogether sure. They just snatched her up and ran off towards the mountains. I can't just let them take her. I've got to do something.
Hey, wait! Guess this is why he couldn't wake up, huh?
Must be, yeah.
Hang on though. Aren't dreams supposed to be manifestations of our deepest thoughts and fears? How does that fit in with wife kidnapping exactly?
I suppose there's only one way to find out.
I love the filter that we've got here, and the fact that our movements are a little hazy. It's really cool. Either way, let's go and chase after him. We are back here in the same dungeon. This time, it's a little darker in terms of, like, actual visuals. Either way, we've got a dungeon to explore. And thankfully, well, I guess not thankfully, we do have snowstorms to still deal with. So, you know, don't get too comfortable when it comes to navigating this dungeon. Keep an eye out for the enemies, make sure they aren't going to swarm you. Now, we did already grab one chest, which I am glad about. So, let's move on forward. We didn't go to the right this last time, so let's go this way. We got ourselves a chest. Valkyrie's coat. Perfect. I believe that is something new, actually, now that I think about it. Lightning and light resistance +1, magical coat imbued with great power. It's actually pretty heavy. It's weight +15? Wow. Yeah, I doubt anyone can wear that right now. Oh, no, Elvis can. Wow, okay. That's a pretty big boost. Yeah, let's put that on him. Absolutely. Gives him more resistances, especially in his current predicament. I want him to have that. Moving down here, we didn't get to explore this area last time because I kind of cut that exploration short, especially since we were going to be coming back here anyways. Just kind of in a dream sequence. Any chests you got in the actual real-world version of this mountain will carry over here. You don't need to worry about collecting that ether that we got again here in the dream sequence. Moving around here, you've got something else. Can't really see due to the snowstorm, which kind of sucks. That is a big, intimidating aura that I don't want to deal with right now. It's insane that these guys can go first. We got a new enemy, though, here. The Lapis Lion? The Lapis Lion? I'm gonna go with the Lapis Lion. That seems to make sense. 1600 HP for that one, 1500 for the other one. Let's go in default and see if we can't get through all of them right here. Hopefully we can without counters. Perfect. Gloria learned Purify. I think we'll go over what else the Pictomancer has at another time. I want to go ahead and take care of this dungeon first and foremost. We've got the Iagon. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that. Or the Aigion. Weak to earth, daggers, and swords. Cleaved in twain. We're getting a lot of underdog bonuses. This game does not want me to be here right now. And I say, screw you, I'm going to be wherever I want to be. Got a vaccine right there. I believe that makes you immune to contagion. Yes. Which is pretty useful. Contagion is a very annoying ailment, as I've already described. So I will take that. Moving forward, if we go around and up here, we should reach another treasure chest if memory serves. This dungeon I actually remember quite well, even though it's kind of a one-off. So hopefully I can grab everything. Saying that, I probably already forgot about a treasure chest somewhere. Valeria learned Incurable Corral, and Elvis learned Arrow Run. Perfect. And got an aim booster bun. Okay. We got the Chronos Glaive. Now that is a cool sounding spear. I want to see what that does actually real quick. A spear that sends those it skewers to a place where the normal rules of space and time do not apply. Otherwise, stopping them. Neat. What does it look like? Yo, that's a cool spear. It's got like the clock and the gears. Ooh, nice. Too bad I'm not going to be wearing it right now. We're going to be putting on the axe again. Okay, I think there's only one chest left, and I'm starting to think that I missed something. Unfortunately, we can use a teleport stone. Interesting. I think it's near the entrance. So let's grab this real quick. I think it is to the north. I think mentally I was like, okay, I grab this one later, but thinking on it and like remembering what the map layout looks like, I know I missed it somewhere. Okay, that one was a bit of a mess, as you can probably see from my MP bar there. Either way, as I was saying, I think I missed it. And I think it's supposed to be behind here? Behind the trees? Yes, there we go. That's where it was. Stupid horse trying to dodge tank me. Yeah, that worked out for you, sure. Last treasure chest here is the Adamant Bangle, which I think is just another big HP sponge thing. Yep, 1800 extra HP. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. Okay, back here where we saw this split in the road, we're going to take the northern path this time. And this should lead us up the mountain proper. Gloria got a job level there and learned Freehand. Okay. Again, we'll go over what Pictomancer does in a little bit. First things first, I'm gonna kill a horsey. And finally, we made it to another save point. Perfect. Go ahead and heal up. This will be the last one you see for a little bit. Okay, as much as I would love to keep Adele for on Red Mage for this upcoming encounter, unfortunately, I think it's best if I just put her on Vanguard to deal with this in a much easier way. I went ahead and outfitted everyone with the Mortarboard headpiece to make us immune to Charm. And I've also given Adele some heavy equipment, that way she can hit like a truck. I've still given Seth a heavy axe, that way he can at least match her in strength. but Adele is definitely going to be doing most of our damage here. In terms of abilities, I have kept most of it. I am tempted to put on things like Unshakable Will, which will make it to where at least Seth is immune to very annoying ailments, but honestly, I don't think it's really all that important. He's job level 10. I could probably bench one of these JP ups and give him Counter Savvy. I think I'll go ahead and do that, at least that way we can dodge these pesky physical attacks. But otherwise, I think what I've got right now is going to be what I go with. If things don't work out, they don't work out, but we'll see what happens. Either way, with ourselves healed up and ready to go, let's go after this guy.
Glenn! Glenn, help me!
Yeah! She's mine now! All mine!
Glenn?
Hang on. He's our kidnapper. He didn't much seem the type.
This is a dream, remember? That's not the real Glenn. It's whoever Glyn thinks he is.
And he thinks he's the type of bloke who'd run off with his wife? Crikey.
Anya's mine, curse you! And not a man jack of you will take her from me.
So it's true, Glenn. You wanted Anya for your own.
No, don't you remember, Glenn? You wanted to help your brother.
You're here to take her off me too, aren't you? Well, she's mine now, just like she always should have been. That's right, Mr. Hero. The Ogre King's got your precious princess, and there's nothing you can do about it.
What's all this about heroes and ogre kings?
I really haven't the foggiest.
It's a dream, you pair of plonkers. It's not supposed to make sense.
You really think this is funny?
She's mine, curse you! The princess is all mine! She should have been mine from the get-go. What she ever saw in a gutless wonder such as yourself, Glyn, I'll never know. These yous are here to try and take my lovely Anya back and all, eh? Then you'll feel my boots in your behind.
Whether this is real or not, Adele, we've got a crazed man with a shovel, and I don't like the look in his eyes. We've got to defend ourselves. Yeah, we're going up against Glenn here, the Ogre King. Okay, well, let's see what he's all about. 34,860 HP, weak to lightning, daggers, and spears. He's also resistant to darkness, wind, and water, if memory serves. This fight can be either a complete snooze fest or a nightmare. Let's go ahead and default here for a bit. We're going to want to make sure we're well and proper set up. Because this guy, he can apply various ailments, the most annoying one being Charm, which is why I've prepared for that. The other ones being Contagion, and I think also Poison, which can be pretty annoying. And he also has some dastardly healing and physical attack effects that he can apply. The idea here will be to boost ourselves up and try to take him down within 2 or 3 big rounds of damage, utilizing our special moves to do most of the work here. There's Filtre, which will charm your, which has a chance of charming whoever it targets, but we have the, did I say Filtre? I'm saying that's right. Either way, it has a chance of charming the target. We are immune to it, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's go ahead and default again. Thankfully, we shouldn't have to worry about his physical attacks too much. We've beefed ourselves up quite a bit, and we do have a debuffer on our team now. Let's go ahead and start working on this guy. Actually, let's go for Gloria first. Dark Arts. This will decrease his physical and magic attack. This will let us play aggressive while not needing to worry about him too much. Also a chance of daubing him.
Here goes! My works are universally adored. May the crystals guide us.
It's a pretty cute ultimate, and we also got access to the Daub. Let's do Neo Cross Slash time. He has a chance of countering physical attacks, so be careful about this. Though he'll counter with Filtre, which hopefully we can deal with. There's Contagion Agent, a powerful AoE attack that has a chance of activating Contagion. As we can see right there.
Glyn knows it too, deep down in his heart. Anya should have been mine all along. I had no choice but to take matters into my own hands. Now come on with you, Mr. Hero. You'll be needing to defeat this here Ogre King if you want to win the princess back. That's or leave her in my devilish clutches for good.
Okay, I wasn't expecting it to proc on every single attack she did. Thankfully, thanks to Counter Savvy, we aren't all dead here. But we need to get these people up fast. And also probably heal Gloria since she has our access to white magic. Let's heal everyone up. Elvis is around. Let's use... He's at 3,000 HP. Let's play this very safe. Let's use Healara and heal everyone up. And then we'll use our Defender of the People. Thankfully, without a weapon, we can still heal. So we can do that. And then it's Gloria's turn. Let's heal everyone up. Yeah, that should be good. And then we can... we don't have to worry about trying to continue the splatter. So let's do a physical attack to disarming Scarlets. There we go. And this gives us a chance to do something here. I don't know what. I think defaults is probably our best plan. There's Contagion being annoying. Poke? Okay, 880. Oh, and he's applying Contagion Agent. And he did Filtrate, which again is a free turn for us, basically. Let's use Kiraga. I might try to get around to Elvis's turn here, just so we can do something. Because Contagion Agent is a powerful move here. He's not going to take any damage from this. There's no reason for me to try. There's no reason for me to try that. So let's just heal up and try to be able to take some hits. This should be the last turn we need to do. If we can get around to Adele's turn, she can do Neo Cross Slash and hopefully wrap this up without any real issue. Let's go ahead and use Cure on Seth, just in case he decides to use another Contagion Agent. And I might just default here. Just Giga Potion heals 5,000 HP. Okay, let's try this again. Neo Cross Slash twice. There's Filtra, good. Okay, he did not counter with Contagion Agent. He's at 142 HP. Gloria, he's weak to lightning. Let's chuck a few Zeus's Wraths at him. Finish this up.
A little gift.
That's what a hero always went to do, eh? To see.
Hard work is always rewarded. Another step in the...
Okay, let's discuss that strat. The idea to just kind of go balls to the wall and beat the crap out of him in one action, it honestly works. If it wasn't for Counter Savvy, I would have died right there. However, the idea is still pretty sound. I would just suggest that if you're following my footsteps, to probably be a little bit more moderate about going on the offense. Maybe do 1 or 2 Neo Cross Slashes at once instead of 4, like I did. Just so you can avoid the potential for Contagion Agent counters. Overall, being immune to Charm removes one of his buttons entirely, and his physical attacks really aren't anything to write home about. It's Contagion Agent and that Giga Potion that he can have that is really the main issue. Just make sure your damage outpaces his, and you'll be okay.
And so, the Ogre King is defeated!
Glenn!
Gah! Wipe that gormless look off your face, will you? The princess chose you, didn't she? And there you are doubting her. Feckless Egypt that you are. What?
He's right, Glenn. You're the hero of the story. I love you. Always have, always will. It's you I wanted to be with and no one else.
But...
No ifs, no buts. Now do what you've got to do and face the Ogre King.
Ogre King? Glenn, you mean?
Come on, hero boy! I'm waiting for you!
Anya? Glenn!
So, what do you say, Glenn? I think it's about time you woke up. Don't you?
You're right. Can't very well run away from this much longer now, can I?
You're awake, so you are.
All right there, Glenn.
So, did you see your Anya there in Dreamland?
Yeah, thanks. It meant a lot. But she told me I had to face up to you one last time.
Hey,
There's something I should have told you a while back. I know you liked her. And that you gave her up for my sake. And I know that, well, that she probably liked you too. Preferred you even.
sure, what'll we do with you? Brother of mine or no, you're an awful gobdaw, so you are. Wait there a second. Have a read of that, will you?
It's from Anya.
Sorry, Glenn. There's no easy way to say this, but I just don't feel that way about you. It's your brother I love. I hope you can forgive me.
Sent her a little love letter way back when, so I did. And that's what I got in return. The old brush off. Sure, I had to learn to deal with it, and an awful kick in the teeth it was too. But give her up for your sake. Not a bit of it. I didn't have to step aside. I was already out of the picture.
Glenn.
You loved Anya. And by crikey, she loved the pants off you. Give her that much, will you? Heavens rest her soul. Hey, do you remember when we were kids? I was always the ogre king, Anya the princess, and you the noble hero.
So, the hero and princess stuff in your dream, that was a memory of the games you used to play?
I reckon so. Anya used to love to see this one play the hero, so she did. And I was always the awful, ugly, horrible old ogre king.
Sure, I never thought anything of it.
Ah, bittersweet memory. She can be a cruel mistress.
You think we should maybe give these two some time alone?
Yes, that would probably be for the best.
Hang on just a second. You've done me and my brother both a favour we'll not soon be able to repay. Here, 'tis the least I can do.
Wait, are you sure?
That I am. You'll have more use for it than me, no doubt. Drop by if you're ever in the area again, won't you?
Of course we will. Thank you ever so much.
Yeah, we got an asterisk. Pretty nice little story. And it gave us the Salve Maker. Salve Makers can combine items to create entirely new ones and expertly exploit the effects of existing items as well. Welcome to another very, very, very overpowered job in this game. I mean, yeah, it's the item mixer, of course it is. Speaking of, compounding is its iconic ability. Combine two items together for a range of interesting effects. They can also survey all enemies closely, revealing their HP, vulnerabilities, and family. They will examine all enemies on field, making my job way easier, and you don't need to carry magnifying glasses as often. Though, of course, you still need to have the job equipped. The Salve Maker is, of course, it works with items. That is its whole thing. You can compound items for various effects. You can create things that no other job, no other shop, nothing in this game can use. It can utilize items that we've had no use for either. So there's a lot you can do with this job, and it's really difficult to give it a brief description other than it's really good at what it does. So we'll be seeing this on the field more in detail, and that will be where I can really talk about how strong this job can actually be.
All right, time to... Oh, what's the matter, Gloria?
Oh, nothing, really. It's just... Well, the Anya in Glyn's dream. She was just a figment of his imagination, wasn't she?
Aye, just a memory, that's all.
So why did she tell Glyn to face up to Glenn that one last time? I'm not sure it's exactly what Glyn wanted to do, are you? But then, perhaps that's why it took his dream wife to persuade him.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of strange now you mention it.
Hey! What if it was actually the real Anya?
Ah, come on. It was just Glyn's way of geeing himself up to confront his brother.
Shut up, spoil sport. Can't a girl dream?
Ha! You believe what you want to believe. Far be it from me to stop you.
Exactly. Let's leave it at that, shall we?
Thank you.
That is 2 instances now that we have had ghosts appear. So much for them being a fairy tale. They're real deal. They're just very difficult to spot. Ours chosen hero, Ours. Ours is helping us out. I found some treasure right there and then. Cool. We'll go ahead and wrap up the day with this party chat. In dreams. All that visiting each other's dream stuff. It's pretty weird, right? Yes, I must confess to having rather mixed feelings on the whole matter. Why is that, Gloria? If someone else were to force their way into my dreams the way we forced ourselves into Glynn's, well, I'm not sure I would appreciate it. I guess it could be rather embarrassing. Aye, tell me about it. I mean, dreams are chock full of hints about your deepest thoughts and worries, aren't they? And in my case, they can be downright weird, believe me. Sounds interesting, Elvis. Tell us more. Alright, well, here's one I had recently. I was strolling along, happy as you like, when I came across this strange tankard. What's strange about it? The blessed thing was bottomless. I supped and never ran dry. Naturally, I was delighted. But then it all got a wee bit out of hand. Go on. The blasted thing had a mind of its own. I'd already drunk my fill, but I couldn't put it down. It just kept pouring its contents straight down my throat. And then I woke up in a cold sweat, needless to say. Wow, I wonder what that could possibly mean. I haven't the foggiest. Elvis will need to confront his drinking problems at some point. Let's go ahead and switch Adele back over to Red Mage. Not Seth. Adele. Switch her back over to Red Mage. We're at about 660-ish JP away from a level up. Yeah, I guess we'll keep her on that for right now. Let's swap her weapon back to something a little bit more appealing. And I think that'll about do it for today. We can go back and say hi to Glenn and Glynn if we want. Oh, and we also got a book here. Ooh, okay. We'll go into this a little bit later, I think. Either way, next time on Bravely Default 2, we are going to be heading straight to Rheimdall. Maybe after taking a look at what that book has in store for us. So, with that said, I'll see you soon.